Hey YouTube, Buddha Flash here. Just gonna post my first YouTube video on how I store my knives and just show you some of my knife collection. I used to store my knives in one of those knife cases. Let's see, I think I have it here. Something like this, right? That I bought on Amazon, and you know, not all my knives would fit, and it was a tight squeeze, and you know, it didn't hold too much. But I stored it in here. But as my knife collection grew, I ran out of space, so I went with this Kobalt tool chest, which I bought at Lowe for $35. So I figured, you know, it's not a Sears or it's not a snap-on case, but it's built really sturdy. But you know, for my purposes, it's good enough. These drawers don't open unless you unlock these hinges and open the top. So here you have this top opening. You could put, you know, some fixed blades here, store more stuff. I keep my Leatherman multi-tool in here, and my Maxpedition little bag with a bunch of random EDC stuff in there. This top drawer is where I keep my Spyderco collection. So I'll just go through some of the knives that I have. First one here is the Manix 2XL, right? G10, S30V. Big, heavy use blade, just fits the hand really good. I haven't really put this through a lot of some hard use or a lot of cut tests, but I'm sure I will in the next few months. It's a big knife. I like it a lot. Next one is the ever so popular Paramilitary 2. If you're going to own a Spyderco, then you need to get one of these. This is just the standard black G10, you know, S30V, super fast deployment. It's just an excellent knife. You know, who doesn't love the Paramilitary 2? I actually plan on getting more variations. It's just, you know, supply and demand. These things, you know, you should be able to pick one up for about $125, $30, and because of the demand, you know, I see, you know, for example, I want that Digicam one, and it's always, you know, $180 or something crazy like that. So they really bring up the price. I guess Spyderco can't put these out as fast as the demand. Next one is the Tenacious. I've had this knife for, I want to say, like 5 years. Was my EDC for a couple years, at least 2-3 years. You can see it's all scratched up. Good knife, made in China, sharp. You know, G10, you know, decent G10. This is the knife, you know, if friends, you often ask me, Mike, you know, what do you recommend for a knife? I don't want to spend a lot of money. Well, I always say buy the Tenacious. Next knife is the Spyderco Stretch in ZDP 189. This is an awesome knife. I took this knife on a fishing trip a couple weeks ago, Eastern Sierras, for opening weekend. Caught some fish, did some filleting, some cleaning, food prep. This knife performed awesome. Super sharp, haven't had to sharpen it. That ZDP is just really sharp, really hard, and it's just an excellent knife. Like it a lot. I actually cut myself with this thing on accident, it's so sharp. The next one here is my Spyderco Enduro 4 full flat ground. You know, this is a very common knife. I love the Enduras. I've had one. I used to have a black one. I lost it. I replaced, you know, one of the older black ones, which I don't know what happened, but I lost it. This is my more common, almost my weekly EDC at the office. This is the Sage 2 titanium. Excellent knife, CPM S30V. Yep. It's got that Reeve integral lock. The homage to him. Great knife. This is my wife's EDC, or was my wife's EDC for the past 2 to 3 years. The Delica. She now carries the Ambitious, the blue Ambitious, but that's my wife's. Next drawer is, let's see, I got some balisongs here. This is an old balisong from the 80s that my cousin gave to me when I went to visit him in the Philippines back in, I'm sorry, not 80s, the 90s, like 91, 92. Now this thing is from the 80s, late 70s, 80s. This is my dad's balisong, and he probably doesn't even know I have it. This was my EDC in junior high and high school. Totally illegal, but I used to carry it anyways. You know, terrible at the, look at that blade. It's all, you know, there's some rust and it's beat up and it wiggles, and it's, you know, it's an old knife, but I still keep it. It'll still stab and it'll still cut. It's sharp. But yeah, this is an old balisong. This is a balisong that belonged to a good friend of mine who passed away, and Arnie he was one of my collie instructors. Gave this to me 5-6 years ago. This is the Benchmade Contigo. Excellent knife. This is, you know, big beefy tactical blade, CPM M4, super sharp. It's got that G10 that's real grippy. I actually had to sand the edges because it was so sharp, but I love this knife. Really great tactical folder. I also EDC it. It's got that glass breaker. Great knife. Here's my Cold Steel Recon 1. This is my heavy duty use backyard bush cutting knife. Box cutting, everything. I just beat the hell out of this knife. It's a good knife. Phosphate steel, really easy to sharpen. This is my SOG Aegis assisted opening knife. Good lightweight carry knife. Deep pocket carry. Yeah, I carry this once in a while. And then lastly, for, you know, the folders, is this this is like my 13-14-year-old Benchmade 705. See all the use. It's pretty beat up, but look at that clip, all the use out of it. I love this knife though. It's like the little brother to the 710. And next is the last drawer. I have some fixed blades. I got the K-bar, this old Benchmade neck knife, karambit, little souvenir knife from Bohol when my dad went to Bohol. But my favorite knife in here is the Fred Perrin. I think this is the Street Bowie VG10. This is an excellent knife. Recently, I also took this on that fishing trip and used it for food prep, cutting fish. It's just a great knife. It's got those Craton soft inserts and that Efron handle, that jimping here. This is just a great feel. This feels great in the hand. So there you have it, folks. This is how I store my knives. You know, for $36 from your local Lowe's. You know, it locks and you can put it away, or, you know, transport knives if you have to. Thanks. Take care.